What's up, everyone? Julia here.
And Trent.
And welcome back to the Fandom Zone. Tonight we have episode 2 of What If?
What if T'Challa became a Star-Lord? Chadwick Boseman's final outing in the MCU, a posthumous release, and one that this is probably the episode that I've been looking forward to the most.
Same. Purely
for Chadwick.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be really emotional. A great last hurrah for him. We didn't know that Endgame was going to be his last movie. We weren't aware of the circumstances, so I feel like this is going to be the outing he deserves. Hopefully it's really uplifting, but in an emotional sort of way where we can appreciate just the talent that he was and the talent that has been stripped from us far too soon. So I'm super keen.
I'm super keen.
And tell us your thoughts in the comments below. Let's get into it.
Let's go.
I am the Watcher. I am your guide through these vast new realities.
I really hope Jeffrey Wright has done audiobooks.
And ponder the question, what if?
I feel like it'd be good for the Star Wars franchise.
I could listen to him all day. In anything. Doing anything.
Here's the dictionary.
To your eyes, 100 billion points of light. But where you see light, I see worlds and the countless stories that fill them. But in a multiverse of infinite possibility, is your destiny determined by your nature? Or by the nature of your world? Drop it now! Who are you? Identify yourself.
Who, me? I am just an ordinary junker. But there is one name you may know me by.
Oh, Star-Lord!
That was not the reaction I was expecting.
Hey, stop! Show some respect! This is the Star-Lord.
Don't you know who he is?
Outlaw steers from the powerful and gives to the powerless. Should we be bowing? I think we should be bowing. I mean, unless we have to take that from you.
Surely something this powerful is better off in my hands.
It's just that my boss, Ron, super intense. I'm convinced to make a career change.
Appreciate the interest, but we're all staffed up.
Oh, totally. But at least now I get to spar with you.
I guess if that's really what you want.
Oh, it shall be the honor of my life. Oh, should I not use the gun?
Go ahead.
Really? Please. I can get rid of it.
It's okay.
You sure?
Go ahead, use the gun.
Oh, that is so generous of you.
Ready?
Oh, yes. Oh, you do not disappoint my lord.
Oof.
Oh.
Didn't mean to.
That is what we're here for. Do it again, but this time faster, harder.
Really?
I barely moved. Hit me.
Classic Star-Lord.
I love how different it is to
Now I
Pratt's one.
almost feel bad, but a Ravager never flies solo. I
Said.
Ravager never flies solo.
Is that some kind of catchphrase?
Into the pocket.
Had me worried for a second. You know as well as I, no treasure is worth as much as the good that can be done with it. That's my boy.
So, am I mistaken in that it seems like he's aware that it's an Infinity Stone?
His destiny might lie in the stars above. The beginning of his journey was much more down to earth.
I am tired of living in a bubble. There's an entire world out there, Baba.
Yes, one of war, violence, hatred. That world has nothing to offer Wakanda.
There must be more, but we must be brave enough to search for it.
I do understand, my son. Though the blood of a king runs through your veins, it is pumped by the heart of an explorer. But as someone who has ventured out into the greater world, let me assure you, all you will find there is destruction and pain. Those people do not understand our way of life. As fate would have it, at that very moment, a Ravager spacecraft was arriving on Earth to abduct the spawn of the Celestial Ego.
Cool.
But in this universe, Jan someone source the assignment to his subordinates.
You morons grabbed the wrong kid.
So fast, Captain. 2 sea holes, 2 ear holes, 1 eat hole. Everything checks out.
Does this really look like Peter Quill to y'all?
Sure, I don't know. All humans look alike to me.
The cosmic readings where he was took nearly broke our dial. If there was anything not from that planet on that planet, it's there.
Well, my home is built on an ancient vibranium meteorite.
You sure don't seem too freaked out about all this, kid. What you doing out there all by yourself anyway?
Exploring the world.
Sounds fun. But why stop at one world, huh? When we can show you all of them.
So just gonna ignore the job. Not get Peter. Cool. Screw him.
He knows about vibranium. He's better than Peter. That's swagger.
How exactly did you stop Thanos, the mad titan, from decimating half of the universe?
Big
enough man to admit when I'm wrong. T'Challa here showed me there was more than one way to reallocate the universe's resources.
Sometimes the best weapon in
Ah.
is just a good argument.
Aye, aye, Commander. Although I still assert my plan was not without its merits.
Pretty sure it's still just genocide, big guy.
And I'm pretty sure it's efficient.
Oh.
Wait, you are the Star. You saved my home world from a Kree invasion.
All in a day's work.
No, it took several days. 6 in fact. Let us take a picture to send to my wife and daughter.
I would prefer.
Oh, we should take a
Aw.
picture. You look terrible. I look great.
I'm sure it's fine.
No, I insist. It is a truly awful picture of you.
It's us when we take a picture.
He looks pretty good from where I'm
Hello, Nebula.
Nebula.
Hey, Cha-Cha.
Cha-cha. Cha-cha.
Valuable loot you got here. The big guy know you have this?
You mean your father?
He's lucky I call him the big guy.
You know he gardens now. You should talk to him. He really has changed.
The past doesn't. You still wear your past.
Getting Emma Frost vibes from her.
You ever think of going back?
Not much to go back to. When I was young, Yondu attempted to return me to Wakanda, but it had been destroyed.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Just another senseless war. Baba won, that was all humans know. Turns out he was right.
Don't tell Captain Genocide over here. You will spoil his fun.
You guys pretty funny.
I thought you work alone, daughter.
Wait. You mean she's your offspring?
Adopted.
It's a long story. I've been trying to get them into counseling. So who's the mark?
Tannelir Tavon. Also known as...
The Collector.
He'll dissect you for a science project, frame whatever's left, and hang you up on the wall.
So, should I mark you down as undecided?
So long as the collector's
I cannot not see Emma
we
Frost.
are enough.
I'm getting Emma Frost and Mystique. I love the Collector's cape.
Yes. You look good in a cape like that.
Maybe we truly want to change the galaxy, accomplish all we set out to do. Then it's time we rob the bank. Oh, jeez. Never have been any good at saying no to you, kid.
He's got the Black Order doing security.
Ooh.
Take it from me. They're bad news. How do you plan on sneaking past them?
I don't. I'm gonna knock on their front door, like a lady. Yondu and I will pose as sellers looking to unload that orb you recovered on Morag. But really, it'll be T'Challa inside.
Our head of security, Proxima.
Oh, hi, Proxima.
We got an exhibit running the museum.
Hold it. Security scan.
That is when you cause the distraction.
I thought we were faking it! Yeah, well, try calling me Captain Genocide again, new guy. Captain
Drawing the attention of the Black Order.
We have a situation. All units report to our position.
Now, Yondu and Nebula are free to distract the Collector, so
I want-
that I can search for the embers.
I want to see more of the Black Order in animated form.
They look awesome.
They look
in
great.
that.
I present to you Tannelir Tavon, the Collector.
Oh, my dearest Nebula, aren't you a sight for a sore eye?
I couldn't help myself.
Hey,
And to think I'm old enough to remember when the Ravagers used to be fun.
what can I say? We went straight and I got square.
Hey, if you boys are done gossiping, I brought what you asked.
You boys are done measuring.
Oh, Cosmo! Save him!
Get Cosmo.
The collection is much bigger than I anticipated. And for what?
My guess, he's compensated.
Yeah.
Yeah, or small, if you catch my drift.
You are quite articulate for a duck.
That, sir, is very close-minded.
You know, I'm looking for something. The Embers of Genesis? You know where I can find them.
The Cosmic Flora down the hall. Take a Louis at the Frost Giants, a hard Ralph at the Cronus. You're gonna see a site for elvish literature. Ignore that. Total snooze.
Screw it. Give me the tour.
Yay, more Howard!
You know what they say when you're out of luck.
He's so
Always
tiny.
Go duck.
I'm pretty sure no one says that.
Oh, that's it. Really, totally.
Oh, she looks amazing.
Yep. Oh, Taserface got tased.
Everyone got tased.
Hold on. I need to hydrate.
Hydrate! I was going to say, there's got to be a Wakandan ship there.
Cool.
I wonder if Yondu lied to him.
In the sense that it
That
got
Wakanda
destroyed.
got destroyed in the war.
Well, no, they said they tried to go back.
Yondu.
And T'Challa,
Baba.
if you are out there, you are one bright, burning light in the night sky of billions. And we will search every last one of them until we find you on this plane or the next.
Oh.
Oh, Cha-Cha. I hope you can understand. I had a debt with the collector, and you were the payment.
Oh dear.
I was protecting you.
Are we talking about
Hold
the
it.
mission, or is this?
I simply abhor drama.
Your outfit would suggest otherwise. I am just an ordinary human, hardly a work of art.
I must admit, now that I see you in the flesh, you are...
So much more.
Are you sure you cannot fly or shoot lasers out of your eyes or something?
Let's go a few rounds and you can find out.
Pass. I prefer you in the cage.
Where I come from, history has never looked kindly on those who locked men in cages.
Ma, make a note. It appears he does have a superpower after all. He can bore someone to death using only his sanctum. Let's not waste the wall space. Dissect him and strip his remains for parts.
How could you do this to us? To my best friend T'Challa. You are the worst.
I love how over the top he is.
But then again, there are two sides to every story.
Relax, new guy. I'm here to rescue you.
Not like you to change your mind.
Oh, I didn't. This was always the plan. I told T'Challa that the collector was after him right from the jump.
What is this job?
More of a ruse. You see, I have this debt with
It's
the
a
collector.
ruse.
Well, he's come to collect.
And what does he want?
In a word, you, Cha-Cha. He's keeping his escape plan close to his chest.
No, not like that, Karina. Hereby slaves stand to you are foolish.
Nice.
Use that vibranium.
Ow!
I liked that thing you said about not locking people in cages.
Thank you. I am forever in your debt.
Oh! He's literally using something like Hellboy's right hand of doom.
I hacked it off the carcass of a terribly chatty troll.
I was gonna say, it's Cronin.
It's called
Krogs.
Korg's arm, yeah.
Plenty more we can play with. Absurd.
The collector got buff.
Yeah.
A dagger forged in dark matter, taken from the ruler of the Dark Hills.
Yep, Malekith's dagger.
Perhaps you prefer something a touch more elegant.
Oh! Oh, give me Hela.
Oh, a necrosword.
Interesting that he called it a necro sword though. But the Necro Sword's tied to Gore the God Butcher.
Get to the ship.
Crazy? You'll never take them yourself.
Not crazy.
Mad.
Man.
Yes. Just reaffirming that even without the gauntlet,
He's an angry purple guy.
Yep. Go on, Black Dwarf. Get your ass kicked.
I love that. Using your... Yep, using people as weapons. That's great.
Ravager never flies solo.
Oof.
Oof.
I thought that went through his head.
Yandu, sweet. Now it's a party.
Ain't no way in hell I was gonna leave here without my kid.
Aww. More daddy moments. Go, Proxima.
Smash!
Good camera work. Oh. Oh, that's... yeah, that's gonna hurt. Eat your greens.
Ooh,
I'm liking Good Guy Thanos.
yeah. I'm liking Sassy Nebula.
Any ideas?
Sticky fingers.
Will work? Who's the clue?
You are, because you lied to me.
That all you got?
Nice.
Falcon kick!
You think this can contain me? Cute. No matter where you go or how far you hide, there is not a corner in this galaxy beyond my grasp.
Sure.
I thought the branches were gonna come up.
Cool story.
I thought they were gonna gas him.
Yeah. Or something.
I trust you'll know what to do with this.
Karina, can I have my bracelet now? No touching, Karina. No.
This is a no touchy zone.
No touch.
No.
Oh, damn.
Stop and think. I took care of all of you. I put it over your heads. Oh, karma.
Karma, what a bitch. Now the dead Celestial's going to be brimming with life.
Then I will see you at the rendezvous point.
Copy that, Cha-Cha.
Yay!
Yay!
Like we got a stowaway. You always did have a soft spot for runaways. I've always felt at home up here. But now, knowing everything, I'm not quite sure where I belong.
Seen a lot of space travelers in my day, kid. And if I've learned anything from watching you, on any planet, among any people, there ain't no place in this galaxy where you don't belong. Where you want to be? That's the question, isn't it? You're just gonna have to follow your heart on that one, Mr. Star-Lord.
Oh god, this is going to get me.
Baba, my son, I knew you would find your way home to us.
I'm sorry it took me so long. Let me introduce you to the family I made along the way.
You must be T'Challa's father. Pleased to meet you, sir. Your son is a galactic hero.
My friend, that sounds an awful lot like genocide.
No, because it's random.
Oh, Cosmo.
I mean, if you really wanted to put a label on it, T'Challa and I are best friends.
Oh yeah, jump points are the stuff on.
I am still wondering how exactly my son came to be in your spaceship.
Funny story. You see, I took this job
I was lost, Baba. Yandu found me.
And from one family reunion to another.
Sorry, we're closed. My Peter, can't spare a little time for your old dad.
Too bad this might spell the end of the world. But that's a story for another day.
What happens if Peter didn't become
Yeah.
Star-Lord?
Yeah. Aw, yay.
Yay.
Oh, that one, yeah,
Yeah, that hit.
that hit.
But that was a really good send off.
That was a great send off. And there was lines of dialogue in there that made me question whether they were written as part of the original script or changed. And the two lines that got me most were T'Chaka in the spaceship when it's the projection looking for his son, and it's the "you will find your place
here or the next."
Yep.
Yeah.
On this plane or the next one, or Yondu's one at the end when they're in the spaceship talking. They were the two that really got me big time. Yeah,
But
right.
that was awesome.
A little bit emotional.
Very emotional. But that was an awesome episode, and I
Yeah.
like that concept as well as T'Challa isn't necessarily just the Black Panther as well. His place is anywhere, and he can, and that's the joy of, I think, of his character as well, is that
he is the heart and the soul.
He's
of many things.
Whatever he puts his mind to, whether it is Wakanda or whether it is becoming Black Panther or whether it's being Star-Lord and creating a family, he finds a place and makes a place. And I like that.
And he inspires people.
Yeah.
And I loved that there were so many, obviously, parallels that were so similar yet so different to the original Guardians of the Galaxy. And it shows that just how someone who has a different personality and attitude to Peter Quill would have an entirely different...
Isn't an arrogant ass.
Yeah, who isn't a dick, would have such a different impact on people. Yeah. Even from the opening heist scene where he's battling Jimon Honsu's character. I always pronounce his name wrong, so forgive me if I pronounced it wrong. And just the way that they interacted, where it's playful, fun banter. There's a respect, even though he's picked up as part of the Ravengers after. There's that mutual respect because everyone knows who the Star-Lord is.
I know who you are.
This is exciting. But it's just those small changes, and this is what I thoroughly am going to enjoy about this whole series, not just this episode, but the whole series, are these small changes that allow for greater storytelling and wider bursts of storytelling, different things happening that are familiar, that give us a sense of calm and a sense of connection, but we think things are going to happen. Like the Collector, Benicio del Toro, I want more of him, and he got more dialogue, he got more of an impact in this episode alone, let alone he has in the movies.
And especially his character explanation of being an eccentric collector.
Yeah.
But
and getting to see his collection.
Getting to see the collection. And
Howard the Duck, Seth Greenback. and then you have Nebula, who had a different role, almost like a femme fatale type role.
Yeah.
But was inherently the good character.
Yeah.
The almost like a Black Widow double agent type thing, where we've made the plan. T'Challa's told me the plan. I had my own motives to obviously make the Collector think everything was working a certain way, and then double cross the Collector. But there was so many things that were so thoroughly enjoyable about the episode. The animation was beautiful. Seeing the characters that they can look good in the realistic live action sense, but some characters look so much better in animation.
Yeah.
The Black Order
definitely
meet that criteria. The Collector meets that criteria. They were able to make him super buff. You see the cybernetics where he's enhanced himself.
It allows for that eccentric nature of it and that take away from reality, I think, a little bit more, especially when it's in more of a cartoon form, because you're not going to be able to find a man that looks like that unless they're a WWE wrestler.
Yeah.
And then you're not going to have the charisma that matches
you're not going to have the personality.
And then especially with the Black Order aspect, they still looked good through that movie, but this just gave them that little bit extra detail, and it just made it so much more cleaner and crisper, and you saw the detail.
The detail and the colours popped more.
And the colours popped
and
more.
And that was the same with Nowhere, where we got to see, it was minute detail in the collection. They had the shadows in the figures in there, but they stood out because of the colour schemes.
Yeah.
And that's why we should never shy away from animation as a serious medium. Spider-Verse proved that.
Spider-Verse proved that, definitely.
And Marvel are announcing, meant to be announcing at the end of the year, more animated series coming. What If is perfect for this. Marvel Team Up is another one that will be perfect for this. Just having these self-contained stories that are in animated form where we get to see characters that we have seen maybe, we want to see a little bit more of, and more depth and more exploration. We got so much more depth in this half hour than we got of Nebula in the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
Yeah.
Like, it was just... And we got Thanos in a completely different role than we would ever expect Thanos to be in. He's still the Mad Titan, but he found his purpose.
Yes.
And it's all coming from T'Challa.
Yeah.
So they could not have chosen a better character to play this role, and it's so fitting that Chadwick was voicing it as well, because it made it that much more impactful, knowing that this was his final role. Yeah. It made it so much more impactful that he is the heart and soul. Much like Green Arrow and Martian Manhunter are the heart and soul of the Justice League.
Yeah.
They keep them grounded. T'Challa is that in the Marvel Universe to the Avengers.
He is that grounding, yeah, definitely.
He's the connection to his own country, where they look out for themselves because they are fearful of how their technology is going to be used.
But then himself as a whole as well, bringing Wakanda into the world as well, and as a player as such.
And there's that connection while being in the, let's call it the Western society, the American society outside of Wakanda, where it's very spiritual based and full of tradition. It's taking that and putting it into the contemporary Marvel Universe setting. So fantastic episode. I loved it. Really good. Could waffle on for ages, but don't want to bore you. Tell us your thoughts in the comments below. Did you enjoy this episode of What If? I mean, it's hard not to tug at the heartstrings. Yeah. Definitely hard not to tug at the heartstrings. You got anything else to add?
No. I'm happy. Sad happy, but happy.
You're content.
I'm content.
Yeah. You're very... I think it's a jubilant experience. So tell us your thoughts in the comments below. I'm Trent.
I'm Julia.
And as always,
keep it nerdy.